Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 31 of the Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration. And today we will be launching our long-range communication satellites, but first we have some science to unlock. Here we have some adapters and construction parts because I want to start getting into the stations, and I'm talking refueling stations, orbital stations, etc. So I want to research first that, then I will want to research the precision docking, but I also need to first go with the adapters. So I'll go with it for the advanced construction, I believe, because those I need for changing the format from 3.75 to 2.5, etc., etc. And I also need some of these construction parts. Not the pioneering modules, but some of the other ones. Alright. Yeah, here we start getting the ones from the MKS, from Rover Dude, but okay. Let us first research. Okay. Then we want to get these adapters, and we want to get precision docking ports, and then we can start getting into stations. Okay, now then. This will be a little bit busier episode when it comes to... We have 2 satellites to launch and into highly eccentric polar orbits. For the long range that will communicate to Joule, because our window is coming ever so closer, for a total of 61 days. So let's warp to complete to first finish the other satellite. Or is it the first one? I have to check. Maybe it's the first one. Okay, good, delete. Let's see what else we have. No active projects in the VAB. Okay, fine, then I guess we have in the VAB a couple of craft to launch. Yeah, we have two probes and 1 comsat, but we will be adding 1 more comsat afterwards. Like I said, I need 2 of them for my missions. Just for redundancy reasons, I guess, but still. Okay, so the vessel is rolled out and... well, simply let's launch it. It's daytime, which is certainly nice. And we have a takeoff. Rocket so far flying straight and true. Just have to keep in mind that I'm launching this one into polar orbit, so I don't mess up and start doing gravity turn towards the east as I usually do. Clearing our cloud layer. Clearing the atmosphere. 24, 25. Our apoapsis is climbing steadily, and I'm just now doing some corrections because I want my orbit to be exactly polar, which it is. Great. Let's add a maneuver node and put it into roughly circular polar orbit, and then afterwards we will be fixing the highly eccentric part. Okay, aligning rocket. Cool. Ditch the fairing. Expand the solar panels, open the communitrons. And let's burn for the orbit. As you saw, like in the previous episode, the second satellite that we constructed, it was way over-engineered. It had way too much delta V. We didn't need that such a heavy rocket, so... yeah, here we go. Okay, and we want to do a maneuver. just slightly to correct that we have a perfectly circular orbit, so it's easier for us to launch afterwards. I mean to climb to a higher orbit. And you will also notice that I have a communitron on the bottom stage. So we will be trying to, well, not to recover, but at least to deorbit the bottom stage, so we don't litter the kerbin's orbit. I already had too much debris in the orbit already. Okay, so let's see, a little bit more, and 34 meters per second, come on. Yeah, okay, got it solved. I think it's time to get rid of our ascent stage. Let us just check how much for the orbit of 4,000 kilometers, how much delta V do we need? 37, 38, 39. Okay, around 4, let's say. Roughly, we need 694 and we have 765, which is actually perfect. So we have just enough. Okay. Stage separation confirmed. And let's just rename the vessel. Comsat 1, so it's easier to find it. And now let's switch to the ascent stage, which has very little electric charge, so I immediately had to fire up the engine, which brings me to a memory that I'm an idiot. I had to put some battery and maybe a solar panel or two, but then again, this is debris, so we're just deorbiting it, and it's already periapsis is within the planet, is gonna crash down. Okay, and now let us switch to the satellite. Okay, getting ready for the burn, aligning the node, and time accelerating until we get... I always like watching the dance of the remote tech satellites. It's always fun to watch how the signal bounces back and forth. I don't know, I really love that mod. That mod is just great. It brings so much value actually to the play with the probes. I mean, without it, it's... yeah, kind of pointless. Okay, so we are burning for raising our apoapsis to around 4,000 kilometers. Hopefully we would be able to maintain communication with the satellites. Okay, 4.2. That's good enough. We don't need to be so precise because the placement isn't so precise either. So just now time accelerating until we get to the apoapsis. I want to see that I still am maintaining connection, which I am, which is great. And let's have a view back to Kerbin. Oh, hi Kerbin. And now, as opposed to Joule, we will be targeting active vessel, because this one has such a narrow cone of coverage that it will go directly to the craft. Even if you point it to Joule, it wouldn't basically cover it. So. Okay, warp to complete. Reconditioning the launch pad. And you see, this is where Kerbal construction time is interesting. As our window approaches, the more stuff that we are building, we are closing towards the deadline. So that's one of the emergent things that I'm kind of hoping to play with Kerbal construction time. So another long-range ComSat has been built, and yeah, I'm now just completing also the Joule nuke probe, the second one that we built. One we had already in the VAB prepared. So yeah, I thought, I mean, the nuke probe is so important that I want to double up on it just in case something goes bananas. So, and we have gotten also some science, which is also very handy, which I plan to use to unlock the docking ports, I believe. Okay, yeah, now I have all of them lined up, and I'm just gonna launch the second long-range communication satellite. But since I already have shown this to you just in this episode, I'm basically gonna show you snippets, because otherwise what's the point of me repeating myself? That would be just silly. Okay, so it's rolled out and we're launching. So first, initial ascent, then we got burning for the orbit, followed by a satellite stage separation. Kerbin comes at 2, we can see it going in the distance, and finally burning for our apoapsis and targeting active vessel and extruding our antenna. And that's it. So as you can see, we have 2 satellites in highly eccentric orbits. Great. Time to unlock some more science. We have 250, which is exactly what we wanted to unlock for the docking ports. So we have started to go towards parts for the stations, but we still need the docking ports because I didn't want to do any station launches before we do the docking ports, because those big docking ports are very important for connecting the station, at least in my view. You could do it with smaller ones, but then again, why? Okay, now that being researched, it's time that we actually distribute the build points from the research points that we have unlocked, and launch pad reconditioning. Yeah, why not? With our kerbin to Joule window coming ever so closer. But at least now we do have the actual satellites that can talk to Joule. And now we are coming to the time where I'm actually want to build my first station while we are waiting for the kerbin to Joule window. Because I'm thinking in the future we will be doing some launches that will require us to refuel. So I figured, as a test prototype, design a small station. We will make the bigger ones later for different purposes, but this is just like small refueling station for either the probes or some other craft that actually need it. So we got the probe core, we got a couple of batteries, then we got, what else do we got? Let's see. We have a docking port. Come to think of it, I might actually consider putting docking port on the bottom. And as you can see, I'm using senior docking ports because those are good enough for the stations. Yeah, I want actually an adapter on the top, come to think of it. Because I'm already so much into building the satellites, I'm figuring why the hell not add a communication capability to the station as well. We have to put, due to the remote tech restrictions, we have to put Omni antenna, so I figured why not put also some long-range communication dishes when we are already building them. So let's see, what can we put here? I actually like how this looks because it seems like a small communications tower. So where are my antennas? Ah, there we go. And I was thinking first putting one here, but then again, I don't know. Why? It certainly doesn't look pretty. Yeah. Okay, so what else can we put? And come to think of it, trying just to see if I can find. I'm looking for the gigantors because I want to put solar panels. Ah, there they are. Okay, 2 gigantors. And actually I would rather put the communitron here. So let's put it on top. And let us put a smaller one beside it, just for aesthetic reasons. And then 2 of this big heavy antennas. Let me just see how it will look when it deploys, because it's freaking huge. Yeah, it will look plausible, but I think I'll just move it a little bit upwards. Yeah. Okay, and I really like the animation how it folds. So yeah, here, and we put 2. Yeah, something like that. Okay, then we have the communication section sorted out. We just need the reflectron unmanned, but that's fine. Let us put also some, I think, lights and cameras. And these are actually cameras from, I think, raster prop monitor, but I actually fully intend to use them in the future, so I'm just kind of putting them right now as a placeholder. And I'm thinking it will be kind of cool being able to have maybe a view from the station or something. So yeah, we'll definitely give it a look. Then again, we have some lights and some actual lights. I don't think to put them that high. It's better that I put them like this. Yeah, cool. Because I want them to illuminate the rest of the station, not just the tower. Then on the tower we can put some lights as well. Yep. Good. Then we need yeah, I want to find the orange tank, because that would be like our refueling stuff. So the point is to get something like this into orbit. It's not particularly hard, I mean, I've done it before, so just trying to, let's see, okay. Now we put the 2 docking ports so that our ships can dock with it, and those are regular docking ports. I also want to put the one RCS tank in case we need to refuel our RCS for some reason. And the docking port, slap it on the bottom, the big one, so that we can connect something to the station. So this is a small orbital refuel station. Alrighty then. I'm gonna put some RCS here and a couple of thrusters there, just so that it's more maneuverable. Because right now it's easy, but if we start building, adding parts, it will become more and more cumbersome. So let's put also the SAS ring, so that we don't spend all the monoprop. Then again, we need this always on reflectron, for at least for the ascent. I'm trying to think, did I forget something? I probably did, but then again, I'm not sure if I care. I think it should be fine. So let's put 2.75 expanded. No. Is it twist scale again messing with me? Oh, okay, it's not. So yeah, this one won't work. Let's put that one. And I'm not sure that if that one will work. But then again, let's give it a try. I'd certainly like it to work, but then again. Yeah, no, definitely not gonna work. So we will have to go with the expanded fairing base. And with a 3.75 one. Yeah, the big one. Yeah, still some minor thing there, but still it looks okay. Okay, so I actually might help with that in that respect that I just lower the actual antenna, which I was thinking on maybe doing anyway, so it's kind of cool. It just reminded me. See, lights. I want 4 lights because of the docking stuff. Okay. I don't want 4, I just want to lower these 2 guys. And lower this light. Yeah, something like that. And I managed to even have a shorter fairing, which I think is nice. So let us just now equip it. Great. Okay, adding some fuel tanks. And I'm always liking a good engine when I'm looking at it. Okay, so we put these 2, which is equivalent to 1 big tank. But hey. Mainsail. Oh, 0.77. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. We need something else. Maybe side boosters or something smaller. This one is decent, but this one is 1.22, so even this one isn't that great. Okay, let's see. I mean, I can always solve it with additional boosters. But, yeah, I'm just looking a little bit to see if I can find a better way, perhaps. I also wanted to see if Delta V has anything to say about it, but no. Okay, so now we're adding the engine. Hold on, but then again, is there any stronger engines that we might have? Come on, you got to be kidding me. It cannot nearly be the strongest engine we have, the mainsail. No, this won't work. No, I'm looking at this dual adapters, triple adapters, they don't help much. So... this is funny, just 3 in a row. But it's kind of convenient for if you want to have 3 nukes or something. Yeah, then I can see the clear use for this. Yeah. You see, this engine looks way more promising. It's 3.97, but then again, we don't need all the 3.97, so we'll see. The goal of this orbital refuel station is to be in the kerbin orbit of around 100 kilometers flat, so its fuel requirements are not that much, but then again, thrust to weight is a little bit more shallow, so or lower. So let's do it this way. We just put these, we put then these, and then we put some decouplers, I guess, and then on them we put the boosters, and hopefully that should make us happy. Let's add the manifolds. And now I was thinking between the solids or the other ones. So I figured this time it's time for the actual liquid fuel ones. And look, the rocket actually looks a little bit more like one of those Russian rockets. And we have, with 4 skippers, we have, whoa, no. With 4 skippers we then don't have enough thrust. So let us then put with, let's put with the mainsail. 165, yeah, that's actually nicer. So, and we'll also do the asparagus staging for this craft, meaning like that the boosters will be dropped in pairs. Okay. So, and also let's go put a couple of parachutes. Yeah. I think this should be good enough. We need to connect the fuel lines, and we need to rework the staging, and we need to strut these external fuel tanks. So, oh, not in the 4-way symmetry, not even in the 2-way symmetry, but just like not from that side, from this side to the other. Yes. That's one. Let's go for the other one. Yeah. And then the inner ones we will be connecting directly to the rocket. Which does change the delta V quite beautifully, actually. Okay. So that's 5.37, and also we need to rework the staging a little bit, so that we drop them in pairs. We just have to check which decoupler is which. And okay, I think that now they're correct, so I need only to strut them, just for rigidity reasons. I don't basically want to come and discover that some connection wasn't well put. Okay, strut here and strut to the main body of the rocket. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else that I'm missing? Yeah, I'm missing the return. I mean, I need... First, we need to strut the payload, and we will need a probe core to be able to return the craft back. So, and a few more things, I believe. Okay, let's just check quickly. Forget about the RCS tank. I'm gonna put some RCS tanks here. so that if we need to maneuver, it's easier that they drain from the bottom stage first. Okay. Then what do we have? Semodobodobadian Slim. And yeah, that one we will just hide inside the rocket. Come on. Oh, we don't need 4, we just need 1. Okay, and then we will need to move the freaking rocket. That will be fun. So, okay, just putting the remote tech stuff so that we don't get lost in translation, that's fine. Okay, I think this is mostly it. Let's save and let us build the vessel, I believe. Yeah, so orbital station still being refueled or being put up for refueling. And yeah. Well, that brings us to the episodes. Like if you liked the video. In the next episode we will be doing a lot of launches, so we're just gonna now warp to complete, which will also bring us closer to our Joule window. So if you like the episode, please do like the episode, and there will be more launches coming in the next episode. Thank you again for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.